Hey everyone, Caleb with the Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with a lot to talk about a stack of books that is a little sketchy. So this sketchy pile of books is mass market paperbacks, and I am answering the question of can you make money selling these babies on eBay? And I'm not going to hold you guys in suspense. The answer is absolutely yes, but there's a caveat. You got to buy these books for a really good price. So I'm talking like 5 cents or less. That is what I am saying you have to buy these books for if you are reselling them. The reason for that is I can sell 20 of these for $10 roughly. So let's just run some numbers. So eBay fees for books is 15% almost. So I'm going to do $10 times 0.85. That is $8.50 left. And let's say we paid 5 cents a book for these. Well, actually, let's not do that just yet. So I charge shipping to the buyers for these. So that is something I have to get out of the way. So after eBay fees, $8.50, buyer pays shipping. So $8.50. Now we have to think about how much my box is and my packaging. So I like to just say $2. My packaging is not actually that much, but I also put in like how much time I'm putting in. So that puts us down to $4.50. Sorry, that puts us down to $6.50. Sorry, I hit enter twice. So $6.50, and now we have to think about how much money you want to make for your hours for the time you're putting into this. And for me, I like to make at least $4 an hour when I am listing these books, because I list these books where I list them as a lot. So I say I am selling 10 of them or 20 of them or 40 of them. I have not had luck selling just 10, but that's just rough ideas here. So I just say I had that many, I get some rough pictures, and then as I get more mass market paperbacks, if I'm getting them for a good price, I just add them to the stack. I add them to the stack. I don't update my listing. The only thing I update with the listing is my quantity available. I don't have to go and relist everything every single time. And because I don't have to go and relist every single book, because I don't have to list every book individually, I am able to make a lot of money selling these books. And I have made some good money selling these books because you can just get the volume of sales, because people that read mass market paperbacks are what people in the author community call whale readers, because they read like a whale worth of books. They read a ton of books in a year. So those people will buy a whole bunch of books from you. That's why I have not personally had a lot of luck selling just 10. I have more luck, again, selling 20 or 40. I don't know if I've seen anyone selling 100, but I'm sure you could sell 100 for pretty good money as well. So that is something that you guys want to do. So again, let's just hop back on over to the calculator. So $6.50 is what we have left, minus the $4 that I'd like to make for every single sale that I get. So that leaves us just $2.50. $2.50 divided by 20 books. I can spend 12 cents, 12 and a half cents each book. I don't want to spend 12 and a half cents each book, but that's what I could spend, and I could still make money with the way I do things. I could still pay myself doing it like that. Again, guys, I recommend buying these books for 5 cents or less. Getting them for free is the best thing ever. So if you can get them for free, get them for free. But that is something that you guys definitely want to consider. So with that said and done, let me just explain how I sell these mass market paperbacks. So as you guys can see here, I've got a large variety of books. So I like to mix in the thicker ones with some of the thinner ones. I like to do that because I don't want to sell someone just a whole bunch of the thin books, because I know of quite a few sellers who only give out thin books to people and they charge the thick book price. And that's something you guys don't want to do. Something else that you can do when you are listing these books is you can get a bunch that are science fiction. You can get a whole bunch of ones that are romance. You can, if you guys want to, you can like sell the thriller ones. There is every single genre under the sun that is made into mass market paperbacks, basically. There's even nonfiction mass market paperbacks. So those are some things that you guys could do. So you could do it by genre. You could do it by author. So I'm just looking really quick. I don't see any of these that are repeat authors except for Louis L'Amour, which is an entire thing of its own. So you can list these things as lots of books by the author, or you could just sell them all as mixed books like what I do. But something that you can also do, and I know I'm covering myself here with books, but something else that you guys can do is you can actually sell sets of just Louis L'Amour books. And Louis L'Amour, he has tons and tons and tons of mass market paperbacks. There's a huge demand for him, especially among older people. That's who I get most of these books from, is the older people. And For me, I don't sell just Louis L'Amour sets, but I definitely could. The reason why I do not do that, though, is because I don't really care about sorting through all these books and pulling out different ones. However, I will make sure that I always sprinkle in a couple of the Louis L'Amour ones because he is such a popular author and people do like reading his stuff. So with that said, there are other ways that you can sell your lots of books. For me, again, I've had a lot of luck selling them as lots of 40. I've had some luck selling them as lots of 20, but mostly lots of 40 has done well for me. I actually ran an experiment for the past few months trying to sell a lot of 10 of them for $5. Have not had any luck moving that one, so I'm actually going to be shuttering that side of things, but selling lots of 20 has done all right for me. Again, I'm going to move into selling lots of 40 again, just because it is so much easier for those to sell. Of course, the only reason why I tried selling a lot of 10 was because I was having a little bit of a drought of trying to source these books, and I was running a little low on storage. And that's the other issue with mass market paperbacks, guys. So you can get a ton of books. You can put them all in a little area. However, because you're selling them as lots of books, so a lot of 20, a lot of 10, a lot of 40, however you want to sell it, because you are selling them like that, the amount of space that just one listing of those books can take is like giant stinking enormous. So that's a lot of area that you guys are wasting potentially if you aren't factoring in how much space it takes. You might be wasting your time listing these things because you are filling up an entire shed that you could be filling with books that could make you $20 a piece on their own, not $20 as selling a huge lot of 1,000,005 of them. So that's something that you guys definitely want to keep in mind when you are making your listings. So for me, again, I am okay selling the mass market paperbacks. I like doing it because it gets me some nice reviews. I like just having tons of books. It makes me feel like more of a bookseller when I have a huge stack of books, but it is not always the most profitable thing for me to do, and that's personally why I think there are not a whole lot of mass market paperback sellers on eBay. There are quite a few. However, for how much you can buy them for and how much you can sell them for, I would say it's not as serviced of a market as it definitely could be. So that's something, pro tip for you guys, if you will, that you might want to consider is just how much money you can make on these. Something else that I wanted to talk about is the size of mass market paperbacks. So all the ones in this pile are actually all the same size, except thickness is the difference. But there are actually some mass market paperbacks that are a little bit taller, a little bit wider. The exact size does vary on these. Most of them are going to be around the same size. However, there are going to be the outliers of the larger ones. So when you are stacking these books into the boxes, that's something you guys want to keep in mind is make sure that you do have enough room in your boxes to put in all of the books that you need to do. So for me, this is my largest box that I actually have for this store, at the moment at least. And this actually, I got downsized on how large of boxes I can have. My person I buy boxes from changed the size that I can get. So it has actually impacted how I can list my books, but I'm just putting these in right here just to show you guys. This is not how I normally put them in. I normally put them in spines up, but it's easier for me to grab them like this right now. But there we go. There's that many books, and I still got a couple more. Just a couple more. And there's that. So that right there is 30 books, and that is in a box that is 12 inches by 8 inches by 10 inches. So it's not a small box. I mean, it's a good sized box, and it gives me enough room that I have wiggle room because I need the wiggle room for when you have the taller books. I need the wiggle room this way for when I have thicker books. And something else that you guys can definitely do with these mass market books is you can actually throw in an extra book or two. And when you do that, be sure to leave a little note and be like, hey, so thanks for your purchase. I saw you had some more room here, so I filled it on up with a few free books. And that's a great way that you can get more reviews. And for me, that's actually something I did early on in my business to get more reviews was I actually threw in some free books in with the mass markets. I did that sort of stuff because the mass markets can move so fast, all that sort of stuff. So that is something that you guys can do. For me, I used to have slightly larger boxes than this, and I could put in 40 books into these boxes. However, thanks to the new size, I can only put in, if I stacked very well, probably like 30 books. And 30 is not terrible. I could probably sell a lot of 30 books, not too hard. However, that is something that I will have to fiddle around with and think about as I'm doing this business more. If I am thinking about going all out on mass market paperbacks, I might even have to buy a different size box for the mass market paperbacks. Personally, I do not recommend you guys have too many size boxes in your business. So for me, I have just 3 sizes. and it's really simple. It's really straightforward to just deal with 3. However, if I was to bring on the mass market paperbacks, I would just put mass market paperbacks in that, because once you start complicating it and having too many boxes, that really cuts into your productivity. It makes it so your ease of just going, and when you do it long enough, you get into a fast process. You can go through it really fast. But when you have too many options, it actually slows you down. So by having less options for your books, for your boxes, it is a lot easier. So don't have too many boxes, guys. Just have 2 or 3 sizes. I'm only considering having a 4th because I've been doing this for a long time, and because it's just going to be for that one aspect of the business if I end up doing it. So I don't know if I'm going to just yet. I haven't gotten a really good source of getting mass market paperbacks consistently, hence why I had the shortage earlier this year. But that is something that you guys can definitely think about and fiddle around with as you're doing your business. So with all that said and done, guys, I'm just going to go back to the question in the very beginning. Can you make money selling mass market paperbacks? That's an absolute resounding yes. The money is not huge for the amount of books that you're moving. However, it definitely is money that you can make. It is money that's pretty accessible, and it's, for the amount of work that you put in, it's really pretty simple, easy money. And a lot of the people that buy these mass market paperbacks, they won't just buy one lot if you're selling a lot of 40. I've had several people that have bought like 6 lots of them, and that's a ton and a half of books, but it's a lot more money that I can send to that, a lot more books that I can send to that one person, a lot more money that I get from that one person, and because of all that, I can actually combine shipping, which makes it more profitable for me because I don't have to pay for more boxes to more people, all that sort of stuff. So actually, at the end of the day, it does help you to do that sort of stuff as well. So mass market paperbacks, again, guys, is a great way that you can make money if you want to get into the business that way. So you can also sell trade paperbacks, which are the larger books, larger paperback books that are like better made, and you can sell just hardcover lots. It really depends on what you guys want to do. However, just mass market paperbacks, I have found the people are the least picky with. As you saw in that lot of books, I'm sure the quality came through on the camera well enough that you guys could see that some books were a lot prettier than others. And when I'm selling my lots of books, I outline and I tell the people, hey, some of these books are in the good condition, some are very good, some are like new, and some are brand spanking new. Most are going to be between very good and just good, or something like that. I like to condition people's expectations. I like to tell them some of these are ex-library, some of these are this, some of these are this, but I do make sure that all the books do have all their pages before I try listing them, and that's something that I also add in my listing, is I make sure that they know that the full story is there. It's not half a book or something like that. So with all that said and done, once again, that's just how I do that side of my business. It's not the main part of my business, but it is a nice way that I can just keep getting sales on my eBay store. So with all that said and done, be sure to subscribe to learn more about antique book businesses, eBay businesses, book businesses, all that sort of stuff. And be sure to check out one of my other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.